around you, where you are right now, as you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for the manna to fall from heaven.
Never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.
Hey, this is Simeon. Connect with Simeon. You're live with me, and today is the first day we're going to be going live on Instagram. We're going to be on YouTube and also live on Facebook. So, and like I said, today is all about the fans. I got a lot of emails. I got a lot of messages asking that a lot of people want to ask questions. They want to talk about what is happening to them in terms of businesses, in terms of investors, in terms of different things. So I decided, why not just dedicate a day and just get to answer your questions. So if you have questions that borders around investors, about starting a business, about even being a staff, I'm all here to answer your questions. Wow, I'm already getting a lot of people on Instagram. Nice. So if you have any questions, just pop up your questions, and I'm very, 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 very happy to answer them. I'm going to be going straight to questions and answers. And before I do that, I'll probably go through, if you've been following me on social media, it's at Simeon Ononobi. And I spoke about something yesterday, and it really hurts me because a lot of people actually feel they have village people following them, in quote. So they don't get successes in simple things. And I put out an ad 2 days ago, and I said I was looking for people to join the company where I work. I'm connected analytics, and we're like looking to employ people. And I started getting inbox mails like, I'm interested, like, this is what it is about. And I'm like, hello, interested in what? What are you interested in? And those are the little things that, that separate success from failure. A lot of us fail because we don't do the work. Simple as just, giving a short profile of yourself, doing an elevator speech. We can't do things like that. And it really, really hurts because we lose a lot of things. So I'm going to be talking about that today, and how to actually win a pitch, do an elevator speech, talk to investors, become a super staff, and also gain relevance within the organization we work in. So please, Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. If you have any questions, please post your questions. I'm already started taking questions. I have some questions already. So if you have questions, please post your questions. And we will take it from there. Yeah, okay. So I see a lot of people already waving and joining. And I am still waiting for more people to join and ask questions. So I'm going to just take a small commercial break on YouTube and Facebook.
Look around you. Where you are right now, as you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for manna to fall from heaven.
never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.
Great, welcome back. So yes, I'm going to take my first question, and it's coming from, is that not your imperative? And the question is, I want to work with children and their families and go into community building. I need investors to invest in digital interactive playgrounds in Nigeria. How do I go about it? So simple. So I'm going to answer this question. It's a straightforward question. Question is, when you're looking for an investor, there has to be value exchange. You have to be figuring out a way to exchange value. So you said you're going to try and build an interactive playground in Nigeria. Question number one, is it a pain point? If you're building an interactive playground for kids, why do you have data to suggest that it's going to be a success? If you have that data to suggest that it's going to be a success, the question is, what is that data? So I wouldn't invest in an interactive playground because I don't know if there's going to be money to be made. And if you think there's going to be money to be made, the question would be, do you have other options? Can you show data that it has worked before in Nigeria or in Africa? Can you show that there are a lot of already existing companies that are going to do it? If you can show that data, like for instance, let's pick a number. So let's assume that you have 20 families that are already investing in digital playgrounds. Do you have this 20 of them? Are they repeat customers? Do they like what the kids, are they enjoying the experience? If you have this data, then you can approach an investor. And you approach an investor from the base of, I have tried it, it works, then let me expand what it is. So if you've not tried it at all, and you intend to get an investor, no investor is going to invest in you. You have to have something to show that, yes, it has worked in the past. And I'm going to give you a typical example. When we started my company, I had to show investors that, yes, there was already something to show. So I spent my money in buying a device, put the device in a merchant location, and show that this is value. Once I could show that, yes, I could make 10 naira, it was easy to tell the investor that I could make a million naira. Now, if I cannot show that first value, then there's no need to even start the business in the first place, because you need to first start with something. So if your answer is that yes, I've done something, I'm talking to Nature Imperative. If your answer is yes, I've done something, question would be, what is that thing you've done that shows that there is value in what you're doing? So if you have more follow-up questions, I'll be happy to answer them, but you have to show one thing, then you can now take that to an investor to get more value. And the fastest way to get investors is network. So you could email a bunch of people that have already done in the past and figure out investors, and they can help you send investors your way. I have a question on YouTube, and it is, will you advise someone to go for a loan for a startup or look for partners? Chukwuka Amukamara, I would first advise you to look for partners, and partners in the sense that partners that complement you. So when you're starting up a business, don't go for a loan first, except you have tested that platform and it works. If you've tested it, so for instance, I don't know what sector, I think you're in pharmaceuticals, and you've tested the fact that you can sell pharmaceuticals and it works, then you can look for a loan to facilitate what is already working. But if you've not tested it and it's not worked, you cannot go for a loan. You will be killing your startup before it starts. You go for partners that can complement what you don't have. So for instance, you can partner with your pharmacies to be able to give you certain incentives. You could partner with people that are medical, that have hospitals, to give you certain things that you need to augment what you're doing. But don't go for a loan except you've tested your startup and your startup is making money, and you're only using the loan to scale what you're already doing. Basically, that's it. I hope I've answered your question. If you have follow-up questions, I'm happy to answer your follow-up questions immediately. If you have more questions, I am here to answer it. I'm going to go to staffers. When you go for, if you're a staff and you go for interviews, the one basic mistake you make is you try to focus on salaries. You try to get as much salaries as you can get out of a situation. I always advise, do not just go for salaries. Businesses that have made it all over the world. So I'm going to take simple examples. I have friends that have joined startups in Nigeria, and today, yes, they earn so much salaries, but they already have shares in the company. So as the company is growing, they have shares. So I always ask you to focus on the future, because you can never get rich on salaries. Never. Like, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. You can never get rich on salaries. Salaries will only take you by the day. Salaries will only allow you to grow by the minute, but you will never grow by earning so much salaries to be able to augment what you're doing. So don't ever just focus on salaries. Also, when you go for interviews, ask questions like, can I get shares in the company? Are there values that I can add? So if I'm growing, can I get, a certain percentage of shares in the company so that I can get to a particular value and all that? So do not ever focus on salaries. Always ask for complimentary shares. I'm waiting for questions. Ask your questions. Whatever is that question, if it comes by growing a business, if it comes by, getting partnerships, getting network, getting a product that works, I'm happy to answer your questions. So I have a question from Instagram, and that is from Zoom Nigeria. You say, please, what is the best way to market a logistics company? Now, I will need more context to that. When you say logistics company, are you saying logistics companies that do what exactly? What is that logistics company about? Do you want to pick up products and sell, or move products around locally with mobile with bikes and stuff like that? Or are you saying logistics company in terms of haulage? Are you moving products from one location to the other location. Can you give me more context so that I understand what you mean by logistics company? While you're doing that, I'm going to take another question from YouTube. So follow-up question from Chuka. You say someone comes to ask for 50% stake in what you're doing. Probably he's seen more future than you are currently seeing. Would you advise anyone to give up 50% shares of his or her startup to partnership? There's no one way to answer this question. I'm going to answer it in two folds. Now, if you find out that the partnership will take you to the next level, 50% of that next level is probably better than 100% of nothing. So I would say yes, and it depends on what kind of partner. Now, that it has to come with like milestones. Do you get my point? You can't just give out 50% of your company. So for instance, let me give you a context. So if you're starting up a business, and like I know you said pharmacy, and you're in the pharmaceutical space, so let's say you're creating drugs or you're selling drugs, and you want to partner with the biggest and the most influential drug distributor in Africa, yes, you can give out 50% of the company for that. Because you would have milestones that say that, hey, in the first 1 year, your 50% will be vested over, say, four years. What I mean vesting is this. Vesting is taking little chunks and hitting milestones. So for instance, if the person wants 50%, divide that by 4, that's 12.5%. So you can put a caveat and say 12.5% is, you can put out a caveat and say 12.5% is for 1 year. So I would allow you to hit 1 million naira in revenue just through your partnership. And every year you hit 1 million naira in revenue, I'll give you 12.5, it becomes yours. So you can tie it to a 4-year deal and say, every year I'm going to vest. That is, vesting means that portion every year becomes mine as your partner. So if I'm your partner, for instance, and I want to take 50%, you can tell me that, okay, this partnership that you're bringing on board to my platform will give me 60 million naira. So I'm weighing your partnership for 4 years for 60 million naira. But you must guarantee me that every year I must get 15 million naira, which is divided by 4. Every year I must be able to see that, oh, I have gotten 15 million naira in revenue from your partnership. And every year you would get 12.5% of that 50%, meaning that you still own the other 37.5%, but the first year, 12.5%. So if that partnership ends, you can only take away 12.5%. If that partnership continues towards the 4th year and you're hitting your milestones, you get your 50%. That is how you run such partnership. I hope I've answered that question. I have another question from Ridwan Mubarak. What are your best research methods and tools? Please, can you give me more context to that question? What are your best research? Give me more context, please. I need to understand, Ridwan, I need to understand what the context is. And that's coming from Facebook. Now, I have a follow-on question from Instagram. Okay, we are based in Abuja and want to operate in the metropolis. How can we get clients, please? Okay, so I can't really sell clients to you, but basically clients come with value or a network effect. So let me explain what I mean. Have you been able to distribute for one person? Can you tie one person to the value you're giving? Like just one person. If you can tie one person to that value you're giving, then you can move to the second person and to the third person and to the fourth person. You have to show a growth. You cannot wake up one morning and you want to serve the whole Abuja metropolis. You have to start with a particular customer. Okay, I see my CEO says use thank you cash. So you have to start with a particular customer and give value to that customer. So for instance, let's assume you have a supermarket in Abuja that you want to start doing deliveries for. You have to figure out a way to get that value to that customer, you have to give them some incentives to be able to use you as a delivery agent. So what is that incentive that you are given? If you can critically explain that value to that person, then you can get to the next person and get to the next person and get to the next person. Or you can use thank you cash, according to my donor. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you, Chuka. I'm happy to always help. I'm happy to always go deeper into it with you and help you with your vesting. But it's something very easy. Any lawyer can help you vest. Put caveats to it. Don't just put people on your company's details and all that. Wow, this is a big one. How can I build trust with prospects in the Nigerian construction industry? Can you put a bit of a context to it? How can you build trust with prospects in the Nigerian construction industry? Are you distributing cement, or are you? I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is. And I'm going to break down this. Now, this brings me to another question. Before I answer your question, Udoka, I hope you put another context, more context to it. When you are talking to investors, or when you're talking to clients, be simple. The mistake we all make is we use jargons, and when you use jargons, you lose the customer, or you lose the investor, or you lose. So let me put it in context. I've done a lot of pitches. I think I've pitched to over 300 investors. Some of them have invested, some of them have passed on it. But what I've learned over the years is, as you pitch to an investor to get funds into your company, you need to be able to do what we call an elevator pitch that is very crisp and clear. If you sell, like for instance, I'm going to use Udoka for instance. Udoka says, how do I build trust with prospects in the Nigerian construction industry? It really means nothing to me. What would be more clearer to me is, how do I sell more cement? How do I build more houses? How do I get people to buy my houses? You're saying the same thing, but in a clearer term. When you put in jargons, nobody understands you. And you have only 3 to 5 minutes to get the attention of this person. So you have to be very, very clear as to what you're selling. I'm going to give you a simple analogy. If I'm talking to an investor, and I understand investor understands payments, and I say, I am a payment agnostic platform that allows all payment companies to integrate into me, and I will be able to use them to get rewards to customers. Because the person understands payment, he understands what the jargons I've said. But if I'm talking to somebody I want to buy for the very first time, and I say, hey, my company is Thank You Cash, and what we do is we reward customers for purchasing different products from our merchants. It's simple. We reward customers for purchasing products. So when you purchase a product, I will reward you. Simple. No ambiguity. Understand it. But it's the same thing I just explained by saying I'm a payment agnostic platform, but I'm talking to a different audience that understands payments because I know what I'm talking about. So when you're talking to someone, you have to remove ambiguity. Just spill it out the way it is, even if it means in layman terms. If you are doing, okay, so for instance, Udoka has asked another question from YouTube. He says, I'm a practicing civil engineer with a registered construction company with a website with a position of helping initiate and executing their building projects smartly. I still don't understand that. I'm still trying to get it. So are you saying, when you say smartly, are you saying you're helping them save costs? Are you saying you're helping them get, like, what is smartly? What does smartly mean? It's still an ambiguous word. You have to be crisp. You have to be clear. That's why we lose investors. That's why we lose, you have to be crisp and clear. Yes, I understand you're a practicing civil engineer with a registered construction company. Good. You have a website. Wonderful. with a proposition of helping, initiating, and executing their building projects smartly. Are you saying they're not doing it smartly today? And what does smartly means? Once you're talking to someone, you have to be very clear. You cannot be ambiguous, guys. You can't sell jargons. It means nothing. Be clear, and I'll be able to take it there. Please, let's take it so that I can help you. I can't help you if I don't understand what you're talking about. So if you got anything today, be clear with your proposals, as lame as possible. If I said this Udoka to your grandmom, does she understand what you're talking about? She doesn't understand. What does building project smartly mean? Yeah, I guess so. Udoka says yes, he understands it now, he gets it clearly. Don't use ambiguous words. Just explain what you want and how you want to get it. Don't go around beating about it. Don't say it as it is, even if it means like you are sounding so lame. I sell groundnuts. Don't say I sell how do they call groundnut now? Peanut butter that is mushed, or be crisp about it. You sell groundnuts, that's what you sell. You sell pizza, that's what you sell. You don't say, we have an oven decentralized platform where we make bakery products. No, you sell bread, guy. Exactly. So Obina is trying to help. Obina says he is talking about saving cost. So simple. Put it back in layman terms. I'm a practicing civil engineer with a registered company and a website, and all I do is help building construction companies save costs. Now, to even put it in more context, I save them up to 30% precise. I save them up to 30% costs on all their building projects. And I guarantee this. That is how you win construction clients. You have to be precise as to what you're giving in terms of value. If a building will cost them 15 million to put up, I have a methodology that would cost you 10 million for the same building. And that is how you build costs. Once you try it and you do it the first time, everybody's going, what's going to go around? This guy saves money. How he does it, I don't know, but he saves money. Yeah, Obina from YouTube says, people waste time trying to impress investors or clientele with jargons or necessary grammar. Yes, we waste time trying to help talk about, jargons and grammar. No, Udoka, your business is simple. You're helping construction companies save cost on all their buildings. Simple. To make it even clearer, in an elevator speech, when you're pitching an elevator, in an elevator with an investor that's going from first floor to 15th floor, which is just about 30 seconds maximum, because it takes about 2 seconds per floor. You have 30 seconds to pitch an investor. Hey, I am a seasoned civil engineer, and I have the ability to save you cost on all buildings. I can save up to 20% of your construction cost on all buildings that you would create. Simple. You've gotten your first question answered. This question says, how can I build trust with prospects in Nigeria construction? No, save them costs. That's what your technology does. That's what you do. You save costs. Say it. Don't be afraid to say. Say, I save costs. I save 20% cost. I save 30% cost on any building. If your building is going to cost you 15 million, I'm going to do it at 13.5 million, and I'm going to show you how we'll do it. That is all you need to sell. That's all you need to sell. Don't sell jargons. Do I have any questions from Instagram? Do I have any questions from Facebook? Do I have any questions from YouTube? Questions, please. I hope I'm helping you guys. Type. I'm waiting. Any questions? Any questions, guys? You can be a staff. Ask me questions. You can be, entrepreneurs. I'm happy to talk to entrepreneurs too. How do you grow? How do you grow? I'm happy. Just ask me questions. Not just entrepreneurs. I want to also talk to people that are, building careers and stuff like that. I'm happy to talk to you. What's your advice on free classified economy? Another jargon, but I'm going to take it. So I know what it is that you're saying, but I would love you to be very, very clear, because, we can use this as practice. Okay, so the question is, what's your advice on free classified economy? I'm believing you're talking about classified ads. How can e-commerce be free? A bit not clear. I don't understand. How can e-commerce be free? Oh, great. I have a question from Instagram, but I'm trying to understand what Tony's question is. Tony, can you put your question in like a clear term so that I can answer it for you? Or I can give you a context. Nature Imperative says on Instagram, in my daytime job, I have invested so much in growing the company where I work. How do I go back to ask for shares, please? Simple. Very, very simple. Nature Imperative, if you have contributed to the growth of a company and you've seen the growth. So for instance, when you join the company, okay, great. Tony, I'm coming to you to answer your question. When you joined the company, you joined at the point where the company was doing probably 1 million in revenue. And you've worked so hard, you've grown the company, you've done a lot of work. And now the company is at 20 million in revenue. And you know that it's attributed to your work. Yes, I know that when you started, you didn't ask for shares. You can go back to the company and say, I have done this for you for the past 1 year, 2 years. I have grown this company from this to this. Can we renegotiate? I want to stay in this company for the next 4 years because I see a growth in this company. I want to stay in the company for the next 4 years, but I want shares in the company. I want this to be my own. I want to own it and drive it. Just like, I'm going to drive it with you, and negotiate with the owner of the business or the directors or the lead people. And that way you become very valuable. Remember, if you have helped the company grow, nobody wants to let you go. I'm going to give you a free context. In my company, we have 4 co-founders. I always use this as an example. 4 co-founders. When we formed the company, we were only 3 co-founders. The 4th co-founder was somebody we couldn't do without. He was part of the business. He was sleeping on the floor. He was doing everything, making sure that the company grew. He came back and, hey, we have to give money to this guy. We have to give this guy shares. We have to send it to the board. The board had to approve it immediately, that this guy has to have shares. That way, we've tied him for the next 4 or 5 years. He's going to bury his mind. So he's not just any salary. He's also owning part of the company. So right now, he's part of decision making. He's part of understanding of what it is and all that. And he's doing it and he's pushing it. So go back and renegotiate based on figures, parameters. A lot of people don't deal with parameters, but figures. Say, I've done this. This company has grown to this level. I want to grow to this level, and I want to do this. I'm going to take a question quick. I hope I have answered the question, Nature Imperative. I'm in classified e-commerce website like this for those who want to venture into it. So you want to go into an economy, a sector where everybody's failing. so to say. So for classified, it means that you have to give free to get something. Now, if you are doing a free service, you will not survive in Nigeria. Now, I don't think it is right to give a free service, but I think it is something that would grow. So in America and other places, you have classifieds that work perfectly. Now, because there is a fee that they take from the sale of the platform, but they control everything. The mistake we have made in Africa is we do things like free on delivery. We do things like, you know, opening up to face-to-face contact. So there's nothing the classified platform is doing. What I believe is that classified platform should be doing something. What do they really do? So for instance, if I go to a classified platform and I see a customer and I have to go and meet that person directly and something happens to me, the classified company says they don't have anything to do about it. They don't have anything to say about it. But if the classified company was going to escrow that thing and I'll pick it up based on that platform, then I can earn a percentage and it might work. So you have to figure out a way to earn something from what you're doing in terms of classified. Do not do it. Put yourself in the middle as a verifiable platform. If not, it's never going to grow. People are going to use your platform for free. And at the end of the day, you're going to die because there's no money to continue keeping it. Hello, Simeon. Not your imperative. Thank God I have helped you. Hello, Simeon. How can you push an online sale within this pandemic? Simple. Everybody's online. Everybody's at home most times. Give value and you will push your online sales. If it's digital product, it's cheaper. If it is physical products, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, take a context. Jumia said it grew about 200% during the pandemic because people were, you know, ordering for things online. So yes, you should make more money. Actually, companies online made more money during the pandemic. So yes, you should make money during the pandemic. Yeah, I'm impressed today's edition. I did a pitch recently. I can't remember all I presented, but I am sure I wasn't very simple and was busy selling jargons. Yes, don't sell jargons when you are pitching to anybody. Please, I beg you. You leave. I said something yesterday. If you follow me, please go and follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Facebook. Those are the two major platforms I use. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. What I said yesterday was this. I learn daily from people. And I posted, we're looking for staff. And the truth, we're hiring actually. And we're hiring because we're expanding. And I pushed it out there and I said, hey, we're hiring. And a lot of people send me things like, I'm interested. Like, I mean, I counted over 40 people that sent me messages, I'm interested. And I'm like, you're interested? You mean I should go through 4,000 messages and I should call you because you are interested? Why should I be interested in you? You want to join a company. You should be interested in joining the company, not the other way around. And that's the same thing we do. Even staff in the office. When you send a message, yes, you have sent a proposal to someone. Then I see something like sequel to our former conversations. Why are you sequeling former conversation? Be specific. Don't sequel former conversations. Even if it is in the mail trail, copy that conversation and say, just in case you missed it, we agreed on this, but I've not heard from you. This is just a gentle reminder based on the above. Simple. You've explained what it is. The person can read what it is in simple bullets. If the person wants deeper context, the person can go back to all your emails. But make the person enticed into reading your email. Make the person happy to read your emails. I get emails even from my own personal staff, like sequel to the conversation. And I've taught them, don't do that. Don't tell me sequel to the conversation. I have to read 7 emails, 10 emails at a glance. I cannot sequel conversations. Recopy the conversations and make it simple. That way you can also do it for multiple people. So don't just assume. Do the right things. Guys, I need questions. You guys wanted me to answer questions. You are giving me simple questions now. Give me tougher questions. Udoka sir, how can I get investors in my business in Nigeria? Now, you've not really explained your business, but I'm assuming that your business is that you have a company that helps people save money. Now, do the first one, do the second one, do the third one. People are building houses. You have a lot of people building houses. Go online, research them. I have a lot of companies that I know that are building houses anywhere. You're saying that you can help them save up to 20%, 30% costs. If that is the case, can you show me one that you have done, two that you have done? You get an investor instantly. Where you don't get investors is if you cannot prove that what you're saying is real. And that's the mistake most of us make. We can't prove what we're saying is real. If you can prove what you're saying is real, then great. I can prove to you that, I had a filling station on my platform and I helped them grow revenue. I can prove to you. I can show investors, I help this business grow revenue, so I can help 1,000 businesses grow revenue. You have to show that value. Any questions? I'm waiting. Give me tougher questions now. Guys, is this all you've got? I have just 10 more minutes, guys, because I have to go back to my day job. I have to go back to my day job. Give me something. Give me something. Is this all you've got? Today, I see you. I see what you did. I see you. I see something you posted about 15 hours ago was really, really awesome. Nice work. I'm waiting for questions now, guys. Okay, so let me throw this one in there. I know that a lot of us have made mistakes in the past. Hey, I like this question. Actually, I'm going to answer your question. I know a lot of people have made this mistake in the past where, so I've raised money. Guys, I have raised millions of dollars. And a lot of people make mistakes. You will never hear anywhere again. In the past, I think in the past 3 years, you never hear me say I raised money or this is how much I raised. Even when I say I raised money, I will never tell you how much I raised. Do you know why? Because it gives a wrong impression. It gives a wrong context. Because people say, that guy raised $1 million. And you now calculate $1 million at today's rate is 450 million naira. He has raised 450 million naira. Let me tell investors that I want to raise 450 million naira. That is the wrong way to raise money. Raise what you need and give that milestone. So let me explain what I mean by that. If you want to raise money, for instance, I have people that say they want to raise $100,000, which is 45 million naira. And I say, what are you going to use it for? And they say, we want to do this, want to do this, want to do this. Want to do what exactly? If you have a business plan that says that you are going to spend to get to the next milestone, what I mean milestone is your next critical mass that you cannot grow again. So your next milestone could be that you want to get to, let's take a context. Tunde, let's take Tunde for instance. So Tunde makes lights. He makes some wonderful LED lights. I'm marketing for Tunde right now. So Tunde makes some wonderful LED lights. And everybody that's doing videos right now, they're doing Instagram stuff, they're doing this, they're doing that. They want to buy lights. And Tunde knows that, hey, my production capacity is 200 lights per month. Just for context, 200 lights per month. And I need to get, that's what I do today. So he has shown one critical thing that investors want to see. They want to see your antecedents. What have you done? So he has sold his iPhone. He has done some things. He's creating 200 lights every month. Now, and he's selling 200 lights every month. And that's his capacity. He can't do more than that. Then he goes and says, I want to be able to do 1,000 per month. That is 5 times what he was doing before. And I need to buy equipment. I need to do this. I need to get more staff. I need to do this. So I need to get 3 million for the next 5 months to be able to get to that level. So I'm going to, spend this money in the next 5 months to get at least in the 5th month, I would have hit my 1,000 production capacity. At that point, he can come back and say he wants to raise more. Remember, he's now making money on 1,000, not on 200 again. So his investors can come back and say, oh, okay, so you've hit that milestone of 1,000. Where's your next milestone? Oh, I want to hit 10,000 capacity. But I need to be able to do that. I need $100,000 or $1 million to hit that 10,000 capacity. They would give you money because you have to buy equipment, you have to buy more things, you have to pay for more things. That is how you increase what you need. You don't just wake up and say, I need 1 million naira or 10 million naira. The question is, what do you want to use it for? So let me answer Tunde's question. Advice about co-founding hunting. Tunde, that is hard though. So let me tell you how I found my co-founders. A lot of people know that one of my co-founders is my wife, and she's exceptional at what she does. And I coerced her into joining me because she could handle a lot of things. And the reason why is a co-founder should be able to give sweat, blood, and tears to a company. And you have to figure out how to compensate for that tears, blood, and sweat. And like I say, vest it. If you're hunting for co-founders, go to places where those co-founders can, at least from the beginning, can earn where they are, but can augment it with what you are doing. So for instance, when you launch a new company, most times you don't have enough money to pay salaries, you don't have enough money to do a lot of things, but you can, do both ways. So if I'm looking for a co-founder in finance, for instance, I can go to a finance firm, get somebody and say, yeah, still be working in PwC, but be my co-founder. At least between 6 and 9 p.m., you can do my own work and all that. Then if things go out well, you can onboard yourself fully when we are ready to pay your salaries. Now, that's how to hunt for a co-founder. If your co-founder is technical, you go for technical co-founders, figure out a way to share, to give them something. Where I have seen mistakes in this context is a co-founder is not somebody that builds one-off for you. A co-founder is not somebody that gives you advice one-off. A co-founder is not somebody that just gives you advice. No, that's not a co-founder. A co-founder is somebody that gives tears, blood, and sweat into a business. Now, that can be someone that understands and is earning this similar to you and is getting something from it. That's a co-founder. You have to be able to figure out how to trade. Yes, there is. Obinna, there is. There's Angel Network, there's Founders Institute. There are so many of them. You can always look them up. So, I'm not saying anything that GG is not profitable or viable, but the truth of the matter is if you open the hood, there are a lot of things that you're not told. Acquisition can be that I paid 1 naira for the acquisition. It doesn't mean that I paid 20 billion for the acquisition. Acquisition can be that your team joined me. It's called acqui-hire. But for me, I don't see it as a viable business because for you to get to where you are, you spent hundreds of millions of dollars and you're not profitable yet. You're just trying to build businesses on it. I don't think that is a viable business. Okay, so Bennett Mwakibu asks the question. I'm actually joining your forum for the very first time. Hey, welcome to Connect with Simeon. So I am not sure if this is the right platform for my question. I live in the US and have worked in the human resource for over 30 years and currently recruit for big healthcare organizations. Are there any opportunities for one doing HR consulting work remotely? If so, how do I connect these companies that may be interested in my services? I don't know how HR would work remotely, but a lot of companies are doing remote right now. And yes, a lot of people would need your services. How that will work, I don't really have a clue. I'm not an expert in HR, really. I'm not an expert in HR, so I can't really help you that much. But we could talk offline. I mean, connect with me and let's talk offline. Any other questions? I have just about 3 more minutes to take questions. Any other questions? No other questions. I thought I was going to get tough questions. Yeah, another thing is this. Yes. Yeah, thank God I remember this one. Please, when you're connecting with people, stop saying good afternoon, sir. That line doesn't make sense. Good afternoon, sir. My name is Simeon Ananobi, and I run a company. Currently, we're doing this. We're doing that. We have over 100,000 customers. We've done over 800,000 transactions. We've processed over 12 billion naira, and this is what we're doing in this. We're looking forward to get to our next milestone, and we'll spill it out. Don't say good afternoon, sir, and leave it. Nobody will reply you. Yeah, Benedict, you can always reach me out on WhatsApp. So you already have my WhatsApp details. And we can chat. Any other questions? Thanks, guys. If there are no other questions, I'll be signing up very soon. Did I miss any question? Because I see like tons and tons of questions. Did I miss any question? You asked one at 4:55. Is it this one? Yeah, that's the question you asked. So he says, how can I organize my business to get maximum commitment from employees, partners via vested shares? You just spoken my language, right? So you want to get commitment from employees and partners. First and foremost, get senior employees that could think for themselves and could add value to the company. And you vest shares to get them hooked into the business. So let me explain that. Let's assume the value of the company is 10 million naira, for just the sake of having a conversation, 10 million naira. And you have what we call employee stock option of 5%. That is, you've taken out 500,000 naira, and that's your employee stock option. Now, and you have this particular employee that is bringing a lot of revenue to the company. He's selling, he's doing everything, but you don't want to lose that guy. So you tell the guy, you know what, guy? When we first started, company value was 500K. Right now, it is 10 million naira. If you had shares that time, you'll be at least every year you are apart from your salaries, you are entitled to this 500K. So I want you to own this 500K. I want you to do more, but I want to tie you to 4 years. 4 years of you building this company with me. And to build this company with me, I'm going to give you 5% shares in the company. This 5% shares, you're going to earn 1.25% every year if you hit certain milestones. If you don't hit it, you don't earn it. But if you hit those certain milestones, you will earn it. It becomes yours. If you leave after 1 year, 1.25 is yours forever. Even if I'm growing the company, it's yours. So at that rate, you can get their commitment. That is how you get commitment from them via vested shares. But you could always hit me. Send me an email, connect with Simeon@gmail.com, and I'll answer your question. Just one more question from Instagram. Please, do you think play in a viable commodity for sale? Do you think play is a viable commodity for sale? I don't get that question. It's a bit ambiguous for me. Just one more question, please. Do you think play, what does play mean, is a viable commodity for sale? We talked about this. No ambiguity. What does play mean? What does play mean? I don't understand what play means. Can you help me with that? I don't understand what play means. So any other questions before I round up? Because I'm rounding up now. Can I sell play? What does play mean? Like play, what do you mean play? I'm trying to figure out. You said, can I sell play? Play what? Play like video games, play like children playing. Oh, what was your question? Can you repeat your question, please? Exactly. So that's what I'm saying about ambiguity. You say I didn't answer your question, but I don't know what the question is, and I cannot scroll up to figure out what the question is. So can you repeat the question? If you cannot, not sure, imperative. If you can't get me to understand what play is, you can't get an investor to understand what play is. In the COVID era, how can we sustain our income? Wow, that's a huge one. No, connect with Simeon at gmail.com. So in the COVID era, how can we sustain our income? Wow, this is another the belt question coming from. Oh, okay. In the COVID era, how can you sustain your income? Okay, cool. So look for platforms that would help you migrate online, because right now everybody's online, everybody's at home, and you don't even know. This is the best time to even prepare for it, because there might be another lockdown. If the virus gets crazy, if something happens, everybody's going to lock down. So you have to figure out a way to move from offline to online and still sell. Now, two things will happen. You would give up a lot, because online sales, you have platforms that are giving you, so they're going to charge you some fees, but you are augmenting that fee because initially people are going to walk into your store and do other things. They're going to walk into your store and do other things, and it makes no sense for you to lose on that. So I would advise you or employ you to use platforms that allow you to sell even while at home. So for instance, if I owned a supermarket and I was selling from home, I would be happy to reach my customers now. But if you don't have your customer details, there's a problem. So you need to figure out a way to get customer details. Well, that's what Thank You Cash does. And you could always reach thankyoucash.com to get customer details. Now, if you had your customer details, you can actually sell to these customers. And that's the fastest way to actually grow. So imagine that before COVID, you had 100 customers walking to your store, but you had their name, their email, their phone number, and you know exactly what they are buying. Now, COVID hits and you are locked up in-house. Basically, what now happens is simple. You now have to sell to this exact customer, send it to their houses, restock for them and stuff like that. That is what you need to be doing now. You need to be planning for that future where something goes wrong. So you need to get your customer details, you need to get your customer name, your customer info. You must get it. If you don't get it, you're losing business. You need to get that to be able to work offline. Play as learning and relaxation. Yes, you can sell learn and relaxation, but you must sell in a fun way and in a market that is ready for you. You have to see a problem to solve it. Now, the question is this: learning and relaxation. I still don't get it. I'm trying so hard to understand what it is. You're not being very clear, but you're saying, can I sell play as learning and relaxation? I don't know, really. I think you can, but the question would be, what is learning and relaxation? In a world that we're evolving, where people must stay at home, learning and relaxation can be a hardware. So I don't know if you know a company called Mirror. Mirror just got sold for $500 million. And what Mirror is they built a mirror and they put someone on the server side that is doing exercise with you on the other end. Now, that is what they do, and they're making money from it, and they've sold the business now for $500 million. Now, if that is the play you're talking about, there's a hardware component to it, and there's a software component to it that you have to build. Now, I would invest in that. But if you're saying play, I really don't get it. Really, I can't answer that question. I don't understand it. Connect with me on Instagram at Simeon Onobi. Connect with me on Facebook at Simeon Onobi. Connect with me on Twitter at Simeon Onobi. Connect with me on every social media platform at Simeon Onobi. And Tuesday, I have a guest coming in the house. He has converted writing into a skill. His name is Chinonso Ogbogo. He's coming in the house to chat with me on Tuesday, 5 p.m., talking about how he converted writing into a skill. And we'll be talking about Sabi writers and everything that he has gone through. He has gone through a lot. He came to Lagos. I know him he came to Lagos with nothing. And today he's employing over 30 people. And he's even growing. He's even crazy enough to think he can employ over 100 people. He's doing millions and millions and millions in sales every single month. So I need him to come to tell us that, because I know he did this in like 3-4 years. So he should come tell us how that happened. And he's going to be getting to know more about that. Now, I mean, thank you guys for coming. Thank you guys for being part of this. I know you guys appreciate the fact that, you know, I've spent my 1 hour just and chatting with you guys, and I hope I helped a lot of people. Like I said, don't be ambiguous, be clear as crisp as possible. Get your 3-minute speech, 1-minute pitch where you talk about your company without being any ambiguity. When you're trying to get, as a staff, you're trying to get people's attention, don't go making them do the work for you. Do the work for yourself. Try and get them to read back and all that. And I really, really think this is the best time to get as many customer details as you can, even if it means writing it down. Just write it down. Or you can talk to Thank You Cash and they would help you. Thank you very much for being part of this show. Yeah, I'm on fire. Thank you very much for being part of the show. God bless you. Connect with me, talk to me, send me emails, connect with Simeon@gmail.com, or connect with me on social media handles. And this is me saying thank you for being part of this. I mean, I'm not taking it for granted that you guys connected. This video is going to be on YouTube, so you can always go back to refer to it whenever you need, or connect with me directly. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for coming. I'm going offline on Instagram right now. God bless you guys that joined in. Thank you very much. And bye.
Look around you. Where you are right now, as you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you know, you just get to do something. Stop looking, stop waiting for the manna to fall from heaven.
never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.